Greetings, peers and queers. Welcome back to another episode of Monday through Friday. My name is Jacee, and on today's video, we are learning the history of the lesbian flag. Let's get started.
Do you have a flag?
The very first lesbian pride flag was designed in the year 1999. The Labry's flag was created in 1999 by Sean Cambell, a cisgender homosexual male. This is a detail that continues to upset many lesbians. The design features a white labrys, that is a double-headed axe, which was favored by Amazonian women in ancient times. The white labrys is set over an inverted black triangle, which was a symbol used in concentration camps during Nazi Germany to signify an unsocial woman, or as we would know them today, queer women. This is very similar to how an inverted pink triangle was once used to designate homosexual males, and a six-pointed star, the Star of David, was used to designate someone of Jewish heritage. The combination of a white labrys and an inverted black triangle is set over a violet field, in reference to the words of the famous lesbian poet Sappho. Sappho, from the island of Lesbos, of which the word lesbian derives, described her love as wearing a crown of violets. And in the mid-1900s, it was common practice for women to give violets to the ladies that they sought to woo as a symbol of sapphic desire. Though being the first lesbian flag, the Labrys flag has come under some scrutiny for the following reasons. It was created by a man. It does have correlations going back to concentration camps in Nazi Germany, and it's rather uninclusive of trans and gender nonconforming lesbians. That brings us to this flag, the Lipstick Lesbian Pride Flag. The Lipstick Lesbian Flag was created in 2010 by Natalie McCray. More on her later. The flag depicts 7 stripes of color, ranging from dark, almost violet magenta at the top, changing in hue to white in the middle, then turning to dusty pink at the bottom, with a red imprint of a kiss in the upper left-hand corner. The term lipstick lesbian is slang for the subgroup of lesbians by the same title. Lipstick lesbians are often more feminine presenting, opting to wear things like dresses and feminine clothing, and also to wear a lot of makeup, including lipstick, from which they get their name. The term lipstick lesbian is problematic in that it has its roots in the 80s and 90s, where it was used extensively within the adult film industry, often to describe films where adult women would have intercourse with each other merely for the gratification of the male heterosexual audience. Let's turn back to Natalie McCray. Natalie McCray received criticism for having plagiarized the Lipstick Lesbian Flag off of the Cougar Pride Flag, which was created 2 years earlier in 2008 by Fausto Furnos. Here are the two flags side by side. I'm sure you can see the similarities. Another criticism often brought up when speaking about Natalie McCray are her exclusionary ideals. On her blog, This Lesbian Life, McCray frequently posted biphobic, transphobic, and racist commentaries. For this reason, the Lipstick Lesbian Flag has lost a lot of its prominence within the community, with lesbians choosing newer iterations of its design. That brings us now to this flag, the Sunset Lesbian Flag. The Sunset Lesbian Pride Flag was created in 2018 by Emily Gwen. It was a redesign of the 2010 lesbian flag that did away with the lipstick and changed some of the colors to shades of orange. Orange, in this case, representing gender nonconforming lesbians. This modern concept of the lesbian flag came to be known as the Sunset Flag, for its similarity to the colors seen at sunset. According to Gwen, this version of the lesbian pride flag held purpose in being more inclusive to all categories of lesbians. Each color stripe within the Sunset Lesbian Pride Flag holds a special meaning. Dark orange stands for gender nonconformity, genderqueer, non-binary, and transgender lesbians. Light orange stands for community. White stands for unique relationships to womanhood, because each of us are different. Pink stands for serenity and peace, and dark pink stands for femininity. There have been talks to change the dark pink's meaning, if not color, away from femininity, because not all lesbians or woman-identified people embrace their femininity. Just keep this in mind for future reference. Earlier, we learned about the Femme Lesbian Flag, but we have yet to touch on another integral group of gals. Let us now turn our attention to the flyest category of lesbians out there. Let's take a look at the Butch Pride Flag. The Butch Pride Flag. The first birth... I just wanna dance. I just wanna dance. Okay, wait a minute. We're not doing that. All right. The first Butch Lesbian Pride Flag was created in 2016 by the Tumblr user Dorian Rutherford and includes shades of blue, white, and purple. No specific meanings were given to the colors chosen by the creator, although it is speculated within the community that blue stands for masculinity or masculine presentation, white stands for gender nonconformity, and purple stands for femininity, womanhood, and lesbian-aligned individuals. Another Butch Pride Flag was created on June 27th, 2017 by the Tumblr user Butchspace and utilizes shades of orange. Both of these flags are used within the community to signify Butch Lesbian Pride, and neither one of them is the official flag. So go ahead and feel free to utilize the flag of your choice based on what draws you. On a personal note, I am drawn specifically to the blue, white, purple flag as it reminds me of McDonald's Grimace. And for some reason, when I was like a little kid, I used to see pictures of the Grimace, or we would go to like McDonald's play places, and it would just like the Grimace would remind me of like my aunt who was a Butch lesbian. And I was like, okay, cool. The Grimace is also Butch. I'm down with this. On that note, Birdie is probably a lipstick lesbian. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. In 2020, we were given yet another Butch flag, the Sky Butch flag. It was created by the Tumblr user whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. That's their name. It was created on December 22nd, 2020. Its orange stripe stands for the inclusion of all butches. Salmon stands for autonomy and independence. The white-red stripe stands for tolerance and not needing to prove yourself in order to be valid. Pink stands for support of all lesbians, be they butch, femme, a combination of both, or neither. Purple stands for butch history and culture. And the blue stripe stands for LGBTQIA+ history. Suffice it to say, we would not be the LGBTQIA+ community we are today if it wasn't for the contributions made by our lesbian forebears. Also, there is no official lesbian flag, so feel free to use any of these flags. Use whichever one speaks to you the most. And before anyone leaves me a message saying, hey, you left out one of the lesbian flags, I am aware that I have left out this flag, the Sapphic flag. I did this on purpose because the Sapphic flag will be getting its own video later on in the series, along with its male energy counterpart, the Achillean flag. I will be speaking about both of these flags later on in this series. So that's pretty much it for this week's video. Thank you all very much for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed yourself, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Other than that, join me again next week when we will be speaking about the MLM flag. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. I love you all very much. Bye.